once again, and welcome to the month of October. Yeah, we're done with September. It's October now. I'm finally going to do my first horror movie of the month of October, and it is Terror of MechaGodzilla from 1975, the Japanese version. Let's get started. It's about 83 minutes long, so it's 5 minutes shorter than the English dub. So let's get. This is the only subtitle movie I'm doing, by the way. That's subtitled all the way through. Toho Company, yeah, Ltd. Let's do this. An ISO production, the last Toho Godzilla movie of the 70s. And then they took a break for 10 years. Terror of MechaGodzilla. This is just a recap of what happened in the last movie. I could skip a little bit of this because this is just stock footage. Well, actually, wait. The last one directed by Ishiro Honda before he died years later. It's like a Terminator Godzilla. I guess I could skip some of it. Yeah, skip some of it. The opening has nothing to do with the rest of the movie. It's just stock footage from the last movie. This is where the movie begins with this gorgeous Japanese girl, one of the loveliest women I've ever seen in my life. I know that's saying a lot, guys, because I've seen a lot of beautiful women, especially Asian women. But yeah, what was her name? Like Tomoko Ai or something like that. She's absolutely stunning. This is her only Godzilla movie, but she's definitely remembered for this as Katsura. That opening had nothing to do with the film. It's just stock footage from the last movie and the opening credits. Submerged to 250 meters. I know that's the first thing I notice in a woman. I gotta look at them, examine them, and the dopamines have to hit my brain within 5 seconds. At the end of the last movie, MechaGodzilla's body explodes and his remains go into the ocean. It's scattered into a million pieces, like the Death Star. It's funny because the other creature here is Titanosaurus. That's the name of a creature in Jurassic World Rebirth. Those long necks in the beginning in the halfway point of the movie, they're called Titanosaurus. Start the search because this is not Asian month. This is horror month here on the channel. Look at it. Nia Damison has a beautiful face like that too. Just Asian girls are just naturally beautiful and they take care of themselves. That's why they live long, and that's why they don't get fat usually. Superman fan. Hey, John. Since this is a Godzilla film, I will say that this has a better pacing than the 2014 movie. Yes, because it's shorter, but Godzilla doesn't show up in this movie until about an hour into the film. Ishiro Honda did that as a choice because he wanted to focus on MechaGodzilla and Titanosaurus to end the franchise on a high note, even though this was the least grossing of the first 14 movies. No wreckage, he scattered, he blew up into pieces. Because this one has the Ishiro Honda marks where they focus more on the humans than the monsters. Mainly because this is the last one. There's Titanosaurus, so you do see him early. You don't have to wait an hour for that. It's funny, this is the only time that the Japanese version is shorter than the American dub, because in the American dub, in this version, there's 5 minutes of stock footage that are not even in the movie. It's like from other movies that have nothing to do with the film, so it's skippable. We can't do that. I enjoy these movies because they were made at a time that there was no CGI and they actually used their hands for the sets and the costumes and the props and everything. There's Titanosaurus. It looks like a Seadra. It looks like a Seadra or Kingdra from Pokemon, but with arms. I saw this movie when I was a kid, yeah, more than the original. Mainly because they gave it more on TV than the original. Because while there are subtitles in Chillerama in one of the segments, I'm gonna just mute it because I don't want to hear it. It's like fake German. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Not a fan of that. At least this movie's short, so. These are like the only movies I like to read subtitled. Mainly Japanese stuff, and mostly Asian stuff, but not everything. Like Karate Kid Legends did not need subtitles. That movie should have just been in English. Why? Because American audiences don't want to read. Oh my god. Yeah. They speak very fast. I don't. Hoka. Akatsuki. Yeah. In the dub version, they say dinosaur. This is a huge fish, and like I said, they say dinosaur. It's not a fish. It's a dinosaur. Mm-hmm. You're shocked? I mean, the Godzilla practically is a dinosaur with a mix with that and a dragon. Because Demon Slayer is very long. That the last movie that came out, Infinity Castle, is 2.5 hours. I don't think an anime needs to be that long, but hey, what do I know? I'm not Asian. This movie's not. It's only an hour and 23 minutes. That's very short. It's one of the shortest of the franchise. This one and Raids Again, because Raids Again was the first monster battle, and they didn't have enough to do 2 hours, so they. This guy was in the first movie. Tokyo. Yeah. They're always attacking Japanese cities or lands. Yeah, the 2014 movie is just dull. Like the Mutos are in it a lot, but then Godzilla doesn't show up until an hour, and then they have to cut away. They don't do that here. The black hole of the third planet is approaching. This is the this is the only Godzilla movie I didn't do during May, the in the Toho Master Collection. Let's see. Yeah, because I did all the other ones. I did the original. I did Raids Again. I did Godzilla versus Mothra. I did Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster and Monster Zero. Because King Kong versus Godzilla is not a part of this. It's separate. It was the first one in color. Ocean Development Laboratory. Yes, I could see the sign. Dr. Mifune, yeah. Played by the original Dr. Serizawa. Because at Comic-Con, I don't want to read anything except signs. I don't read subtitles. I just don't want to do that. Because even when I saw Ultraman Blazar, they showed the dub version. These aliens, the black hole that they're playing, they're so charming. Titanosaurus. Because I couldn't get to see these movies subtitled when I was a kid. I couldn't read subtitles in the 80s. I didn't start reading subtitles until the 90s, like late in the 90s when like the prequels came out and such. The Star Wars prequels. Because most of the movies I saw in the theater were in English. Home Alone 2, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, the Flintstones movie. Yeah, there was no subtitles. Phantom Menace had subtitles in Tatooine. Shinzo Mifune. This has some stock footage, but not the fights are not in the stock footage. The fights with Titanosaurus and MechaGodzilla are not. Only the beginning had stock footage. That's why I skipped it, because you don't need to see. I don't care about the opening credits. It's got nothing to do with the rest of the film. It's just stock footage from the first film, from the Godzilla vs. MechaGodzilla, not the original Godzilla from 1954. This was 20 years after that. That's why they wanted to stop for a while. This guy was in Godzilla vs. Megalon. There she is. Look at that face. He died. No, she's lying. He didn't die. He's hiding. Murakoshi. Ichinose, yeah. Yes, she heard your name the first time. That was kind of a continuity error because he said this is Mr. Ichinose and then he introduces himself again. Yeah, that was a flub. Because I know if there's one thing I know about a woman, no matter what country they're from, is their beauty. I just have to, my brain has to process, and I'm like, yep, that I'm a fan. Mm. What can I say? I like beautiful things. I like flowers, I like butterflies, and I love beautiful women. There's Mifune. Kanpai. Look at that hair. That's beautiful hair. It's too bad Akihiro Hirata died before Godzilla 1985. He wasn't able to do it because he had cancer. Yeah, it sucks to get sick, man, because you're never the same. That's why I want to take care of myself. I'm trying to watch my weight and not smoke, not drink. The score's pretty good. Is this Akira Fukabe's score? Well, it doesn't say. I forgot that the back doesn't have any of the credits because it's not. It just says the description and that's about it. I think it is a Fukabe score before he. I don't think he retired, but he didn't. This is his last one he did with Ishiro Honda. Look at their silver suits in this one. They don't turn into apes in this one. There's MechaGodzilla. They fixed him already. That was fast. What is that? See, that's canon. He destroyed MechaGodzilla, but some of these characters are different from the first movie. Muggle. Look at that height. We wouldn't see MechaGodzilla again until the 90s. Yeah, he was not in 1985 or Biollante. The same goal, yeah. Of course they're escaping. The heroes have to get away somehow. Yeah, he could do a flip because it's like Power Rangers. He hit in the sewer. Yeah, I don't know you. I'm gonna hide your stupid comments. Sorry, but I don't want any strangers on this podcast. Yeah, I think he's dead. The Pokemon Master Carter. I just subbed. Good. If you're a subscriber, fine. But if you're a stranger, you're not welcome here. If you're going to say stupid things in the chat. I warned people about that. Good. We're 21 minutes in. What am I doing? I'm doing a podcast. I don't care how blank her expression is. She's one of the most beautiful girls I have ever seen in any Godzilla movie. If I could have just stroked that hair just once, I would melt. I would just turn into a puddle right now. Yeah, women have to have hair. I'm not interested. Katsura. Is that your crush? No, but I'm saying like I saw this as a kid, but I didn't see this movie until like the 90s. She's definitely one of the most beautiful girls, but I wish she had done more. So that was Katsura's mother. They showed a picture. See, that's all you need. Show, don't tell. Because apparently too many movies now have to tell on that show. She has beady eyes. While the girls in the previous movie were good looking, this one is just absolutely stunning. Like, because the girl that sings to King Caesar, she's not even Japanese. I think she's like Korean or something. She's not Japanese. She had to learn it phonetically to get that role. See, they're showing a flashback. Interpol. Space Titanium. Yeah, that was in the last movie. Yamashita. A lot of Japanese names in this movie, like a lot of long Japanese. Mifune's a short name, but most of them, like Ichinose and all that, yeah, it's all long names. I am happy. It's the month of October, and while this is longer than September, it's still a better. I'm a YouTuber, but I don't have enough subs to do a stream. You mean a stream? I could sub to you. I had to do live streams because, I like to connect with people here and do live commentaries. The perfect robot monster. Because I would stick with movies that are under 2 hours for most of October, but if I have to do something over 2 hours, I'll review it. Like Godzilla Minus One. I still haven't seen that one. That's going to be a new experience for me. It's on Netflix still, so I want to watch it before it disappears. Because it's not a Netflix movie, so it won't be there forever. And it should also say, of course, he falls in love with her. Look at her. Does a girl have to be animated to get your attention? I'm like, she has a beautiful face, long hair, and she's young, and she's stunning, and she has a nice voice. I have over 300 subs right now, and this is on my new channel because I had an old channel that has over 1,000, but I can't log into it anymore because I was on an old Gmail. Moshi Moshi. Oh, you only have 30? He's like, you saw his face. What's under her skin? Her estrogen? Yeah, they do a flashback of her. Look how cute she looks. She got an electric shock. They turn her into a cyborg to save her life. See, again, visual storytelling. You don't have to explain everything in movies. We're American audiences are not that dumb. The ones overseas are sometimes because they will see anything in the theater. That's why Minecraft made so much money. Because people don't want anything explained to them. They just want to go with the flow. They want things to be straightforward, mostly. Your heart is as cold as ice. Forget human beings. Yeah, that's not in the English version. 30 minutes in. That's like a third of the running time already. The vessel is like the boat in the beginning of the original Godzilla where it gets attacked. He's thinking of the girl again. Us guys, we think like that. Uh-oh. There's Titanosaurus, yeah. There's more of him in the movie than Godzilla, but that's only because, again, this is the last one of the original series. Ooh. Mm. He's being controlled. Mm-hmm. He's offline. Supersonic waves, just like Venom. Powerful supersonic wave, yeah. They make a beam that shoots into his neck later in the film. See, he's following them. Yep, right in the neck. A lot of people fall on the ground in this movie. I notice. No, you won't. This is Buddy. Murakoshi. Yeah. He's whipping them. Something you won't see in a Godzilla movie today. Whipping them with an actual whip. Mm-hmm. 'The VHS tapes didn't have the subtitle versions. Only the DVDs and the Blu-rays did, and digital copies. 36 minutes in. Aliens, yeah. There she is again with her little, with her red coat and that beautiful hair. I love her face. Her face should be in a museum painted on the wall. Such a beautiful girl. Men, we like women. We do. When we're heterosexual, we can't get enough of them. Yes, even with machines. You know how many animes where they fell in love with someone who wasn't human? Yeah. She's sneaking around. Chompa. So, Titanosaurus is touching his neck. This is stock footage. Monsters like King Ghidorah, Rodan, and Manda. Manda was only in one movie though. In this in this part of the series, Manda was only in Destroy All Monsters. All of this is stock footage. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I'm glad this movie's short because I don't want to do a 2-hour movie today. Superman was about 2 hours. but this one's not. This is a lot shorter. A lot of the movies I chose to do podcasts for in October are going to be pretty short, except for Chillerama. That's about 2 hours as well, because it's four stories. It's an anthology series. It's four stories strung together with some, other segments in a movie theater, in a drive-in theater, and it's crazy. Do so. Dun-dun-dun-dun. The transmitter, yeah. See, that shot is straight out of the original Godzilla, but instead of Godzilla doing it, it's Titanosaurus. They just disappeared. Search over there. There he is on the screen. Mm-hmm. Godzilla approaching a Titanosaurus. Yeah, about 50 minutes into the movie. Counterattack Tokyo, of course. Because they have to have an evil laugh. It's nighttime now. When are they going to realize tanks don't do anything to these monsters, or jets, or, uh, the army with their guns? These monsters are indestructible to regular weapons, mostly. Yep, he blows them up. Yep, he crushed that house. These poor Japanese people always got to have their homes stomped and destroyed by mother monsters. This entrance is awesome, almost an hour into the movie. 45 minutes in, he shows up finally. Godzilla, there's the breath. Here he comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Watch this entrance. Yep, and Titanosaurus falls on his bum. This is my movie. Don't forget that. Awesome. I love that entrance. Dun, dun. And you have that music, Kavir Fukabe score. The first fight in the movie is 45 minutes in. But the movie's short, so I can let it slide. Because the movies nowadays are over 2 hours and they don't get to a good scene until 45 minutes. This is great, man. I wish you guys could see it, but I don't want Toho to block this video, so. Fight monsters, let them fight. These movies are classics, man. Even the bad ones, there's like one thing I like about it, at least. Even Godzilla's Revenge, which is the worst of the series. The fight with Gabra at the end is the highlight of the movie. Hello, sparkling eyes. She's okay, though. So 45 minutes into the movie, in this version, Godzilla finally shows up. Yeah, well, Titanosaurus left. That monster fight was really short. Yeah, that was kind of short. But the fight at the end is worth the price of admission. Excuse me. No, she's not dead. Hold on. Hey, look, prosthetic boobs. Yes, they have those in this movie. They're not real. They're fake. Uh, cybernetic bosoms. We're almost there. We're like halfway through the movie because it's 83 minutes long, and there's no long end credit scene or post Marvel stinger. Not this time. Two full days. Wow. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, MechaGodzilla doesn't do anything until like almost the hour mark. Like I said, it's not a slow burn, I would say, because you know the Titanosaurus does things in the movie, but if you're waiting for the main event, you have to wait till the end, like Destroy All Monsters. Ishiro Honda liked to tell more of a story than just putting the monster action in the beginning. We need a living brain in order to make MechaGodzilla look perfect. If I only had a brain. Good thing I skipped the opening because I didn't need to see the opening. It has nothing to do with the rest of the film. Oh, your face is so pure beauty. It really is. It's so beautiful. That's right, pet her hair. You couldn't resist petting her hair. I mean, look at her hair. Hey, watch it. That's her bosom. Her heart's beating. Don't worry, there's no incest in this movie. I don't need that in any Godzilla movie. That's messed up. Uh-oh. Trouble. And they hit him again, yeah. Just in case you didn't get this the first time that they knocked him out. Here, they knock him out again. In the back of the neck. Orichinose, he just gets pummeled in this movie a lot. There's no annoying kids in this movie. There's some kids in when Titanosaurus is attacking, but it's like brief. They're not main characters. The original ending's actually darker than you think. Well, for her anyway. In the original dub version, they don't do they don't do the death scene with her. They just cut away because they thought it was too dark. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. No, you're not. Hello, black strip mix. This one at least is an easy sit through because it's 83 minutes long. If this was 2 hours, it'd be a lot, but it's not. A Godzilla movie wouldn't be 2 hours until the remake in 1998. That was over 2 hours because they had to pad it out a little bit. MechaGodzilla wakes up 54 minutes in. Happening? You mean happening there? I'm doing a podcast, a live commentary for Terra MechaGodzilla. That's what's happening. He has 3 toes. Yeah, it's not called Terra MechaGodzilla. He hasn't done a thing until now. Until 2/3 of the way through the movie. Bleeping lights. Yeah, there's prisoners here. These people have been in prison for all this time. Explosion. You're from India? Yeah, because I could barely see that flag. I think that's India. Yep, it's all going down. Cool. I'm gonna cut my hair next week, so I'm clean shaven for the convention. Here we go. This is the third act of the movie, where the monsters finally come together. MechaGodzilla and Titanosaurus fight Godzilla at the end. Yeah, I remember that. That screeching sound. At least I don't have to do Godzilla's Revenge. That movie is so bad, I don't want to even look at it. I saw the Japanese version years ago, but like like 2 years ago, but it's so bad. Oh, the rainbow colored eyes, yeah. The rainbow beam. That's right, blow it up. Yeah, Titanosaurus's special ability is just a tail whip. That's all. It's not nothing much. I mean, it's basically what Rodan does with his wings, or Mothra. Watch. Watch this. That is not that special. Wins. I've seen it done better with wings. It's not much of an ability. It's a Pokemon attack tail whip, which is useless. Mm. Yep, see, there's some kids running in this scene. Let's face it, they made these movies for kids so they could buy the toys. Because I had a lot of these toys when I was a kid. I never had Titanosaurus. I had Ghidorah. I had MechaGodzilla. I think I still have them somewhere. And I have I had Mothra. I had Rodan. I still got a Rodan. And I had Biollante. Look at those eyes, remote control eyes. Again, it's not a special ability. You're just whipping it. Silly. Said hi. What's up, Pokemon Master? Josh isn't here, but that's okay. He's probably doing something else. I And Godzilla has to fight the monsters by himself. They do help him a little bit with the transmitter that they shoot Titanosaurus in the neck. There's the kids, yeah. At least the kids are barely in the movie. They're just in one scene, thankfully. Because in the Gamera movies, they went overboard with the kids. Most of them have the kids are main characters in the original and most of the sequels after Barugan. They're called Kennys. There he is. Yep. Time to fight. An hour into the movie. Just give the people what. This is why this was the lowest grossing at the time. Because it didn't give us the fight scene until the end of the movie. That roar is so iconic, man. That score is. I love that score forever, man. Every time I hear that score in the theater, I just have chills. I heard it 3 times in the theater. 3 times. The original Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla King of the Monsters that came out a few years ago. I had chills hearing that in the theater. I was like, I can't believe this. That's Akira Fukabe's score. He's been dead for years, and his scores still lives to this day. This one doesn't have any blood, though, like in the last one. He kicks him right in the gut. Damn, what a kick. They didn't even give Titanosaurus a beam or something, or like flying or whatever, no. He just whips it. At least the monster action, they don't cut away, like right away. Because if this was Gareth Edwards, they would have kicked Godzilla and then the movie would have just stopped for a while. No, you don't do that. That's bad pacing. In most of these recent monster movies, I don't usually care about the cast. Most of them, not all of them. I really like the cast in Kong Skull Island. But in the last movie, I'm like, I could not care less about Dan Stevens or who else? Or the British chick or any of that. I just don't care. I don't watch a Godzilla or Kong movie for that. Hopefully, Caitlin Dever, they'll make her interesting in the next one. That's right, punch him in the head, Godzilla. Take that. Yeah, MechaGodzilla's just standing there. So I'll do my thing next. He beamed them. From behind, of course, because he has to do a sneak attack. He's pinning him. The finger missiles. Nope. Take that. And no, Haru Nakajima was not in the suit by this time. It was another actor. Oh, right in the head. I love this thing. When he bites his lip, it looks like he's kissing him. Watch. Man, what a deck in the head. That's not the funny part. It's this next part. Watch. He takes his jaw and then he bites his lip. Look. That's ridiculous. Look. He looks like he's kissing him. That's the weirdest thing I've seen a monster do in this series. And that's saying a lot. He bites his lip and he flips him up like that. He looks like he's kissing him. That's crazy, man. That doesn't look intimidating. That looks laughable, man. It is a 2-on-1, so... Now he tries to bury him alive. And then they shoot him at the beam on the neck. It is a 2-on-1. In the original, it was Godzilla and King Caesar against MechaGodzilla, and it was a tough fight. So, oh, we got a lot to do. We got a lot of movies to get through before the month before Halloween. No podcast tomorrow because I'm going to be going somewhere. So I need to do that. Here we go. The beam. $66 minutes in. Manazuru. Epicenter. He's bouncing on him. Yep, he gets loose because they use ropes and they didn't even tie it that well. You might as well have used duct tape and some wiring. That's a hot outfit, man. Mm-hmm. I don't care how robotic you seem. You're absolutely gorgeous. I'm probably gonna say that to Mango when I meet her next week at the convention. You know, Shang-Chi's sister. I'm looking forward to that. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. This is when they shoot him in the neck several times. First they shoot this on his body, and then they shoot him in the neck. Bouncy. Fire. Yep, right in the back of your neck. And then they start shooting him with the beam. Hyper beam. Mm-hmm. Yep. They always tie these guys up and then they get loose. Duct tape, guys. That'll definitely keep you restrained more than a bunch of cheap ropes. Nope. Godzilla's not done in this movie yet. Firepower. This last 10 minutes is absolutely it's awesome. It ended the franchise on a high note for 10 years until Godzilla 1985. Yep, fire at will. And those are real explosions. There's no CGI in this movie at all. So you don't have any excuses, Hollywood, using CG for everything instead of using real explosions, you know, squibs. No wonder movies like Ballerina flopped. You use too much digital. That's why the budgets are so high. You got to cut costs. You really have to. Nobody wants to see a Fast and the Furious movie that costs as much as an Avatar movie. That's some stock footage, I think, a little bit, yeah. Yeah. Some of it is stock footage. But there's no blood this time. You saw the Godzilla suit's on fire. His dorsal fins were on fire. I like how he takes his head off and he still can fight. Again, just like in the first one. Got you by the tail, like Bowser. These movies are so enjoyable, man. Yep, your head's coming off again. And that wouldn't happen again until Godzilla versus Kong. Because in MechaGodzilla's future appearances, he doesn't get his head taken off. It's an iconic score, man. That's gonna been around for over 70 years, man. Last year was the 70th anniversary of the original Godzilla. I still prefer Monster Zero over this one because it's got a better pacing. And the fight in space is way earlier than at the end of the film. Yep, that rope is useless. You couldn't tie a rope in a summer camp with that. Da-da-da-da-da. Yep, he's choking him out. Yep, he's gonna decapitate him again. If his skin falls off. They don't look like apes in this one, or... You can't shoot me. Yeah, I'm not the person you think I am. Yep, they shoot her on the arm. That's not the end, though. He shot her arm. Yep. This is where they cut away in the English dub, after he says that he loves her. Yep, gotcha. Got your head. And he still has a little head left. Yep, he throws the head away. Ouch. He can still fight, even with no head. This ending has a lot of death in it, that's for sure. Mifune dies, definitely. And he's dead. See, she's okay because she got shot on the arm, not in the face, not in the neck or in the chest. See, yes, she has a robotic arm. Even if you're a cyborg, I love you. Yeah, I know. You can't hide how you feel about a girl. Yeah. She's crying. She's showing some human emotion. See, this was cut. This scene was cut in the English version. Beautiful creature. A beautiful, beautiful creature. He's petting her again. We like girls. That's just in our nature. They pull a dragon heart here, where to destroy the monster, you have to destroy her. See, she has to shoot her. She has to commit seppuku. In one version, they actually shoot her. I think that's in another version. Yeah. It's a Shiro Honda. They're gonna kill a main character off. Remember the original Godzilla? It's sad, but at least she got a lot of screen time. She wasn't a cameo. I wish that Millie Bobby Brown was a cameo and not a major role. That's why burn him, Godzilla. Got blown up again, and they don't fix him again until the 90s. This franchise is so legendary, man. I love this franchise so much. Just like Superman. I don't get as emotionally attached, mainly because I'm not Japanese, so I don't know how to feel like those people did, but I get it though. I can meet them halfway at least. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you think you're gonna escape, but you don't. He jumps into a spaceship and then Godzilla blows him up, so they suffer the same fate as the other aliens in the franchise. Mm-hmm. Yep, there's the UFOs. The flying saucers. They look like little toys. Yep, blow them up, Godzilla. Boom, yep. They didn't escape. Now it's just you and me, buddy. Yep. Now you die, Titanosaurus. There's no one else to save you. Mifune's dead, his daughter's dead, and all the aliens are dead. Yeah, it's a big body count for the end. And now you're dead. Yeah, and he never comes back. We never saw Titanosaurus ever again in the Godzilla franchise. Sayonara, buddy. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's the end. It's the third act that really saves it. The first two acts are fine. They're serviceable. You know, the characters and that beautiful girl. It's like I said, I'm into them. I like girls, guys. What a franchise, man. And this is not the end. Yeah, the least he can do is bury her. I'm glad I got to do this one to start October on a high note. Thank you, Gojira. While it has a kind of a somber ending, it's not as somber as the original. That one is like really, really dark because Godzilla dies and Serizawa. This was fun. That was Terra MechaGodzilla, guys. Thanks for watching. All of you. Josh, you can see this later. And I'll be doing up another podcast in 2 days. Because tomorrow I need a break. I have to go to a job fair, so. And that was it. That was Terra MechaGodzilla. Yeah, I watch it a lot, every other year, so. Because it's a classic. But thanks for watching. Acknowledge me, and I'll see you guys in 2 days. Later.